Flicker, Chapter 1. Every once in a while, I would write down names of everyone I would like to attend my funeral. That wasn't until the human race destroyed itself. Once that happened, I started to see things from a different perspective. Not knowing if you're going to be alive to see another sunrise really makes you want to do everything you can to survive one more night. My dad, Brian, and I have been in this space since the outbreak started in late August. It's now somewhere in the first week of September. At least, that's what everyone tells me. My dad, such a strong man. Well, you have to be strong to be a general in the military. He's my rock. Without him, I wouldn't have even survived the pre-apocalyptic world war that broke out, sending the world into the chaos it is today. Even though I will never forgive him for making me chop off my beautiful, long, almost black hair. Now, every time I'm wearing my glasses, I get mistaken as a boy. My round face doesn't do me any justice. At least I have stunning eyes that rotate between green, blue, and gray. Since we've been in this base, they've been a dark shade of green. The outfit everyone was given to wear by the military, making them pop. A puke green colored t-shirt and standard jacket, pants, and boots. If I were to die today, there wouldn't be a funeral. Now I only have 5 names to write. My dad, Bob, Marlene, Brittany, and of course, my roommate Lily. Lily is 19 and she is gorgeous with her long brown hair, flawless light chocolate skin, and dark brown eyes. She could have been a model. But back to my funeral, and I guess this 16-year-old kid who calls himself Panther and is obsessed with Lily. They nicknamed me Ace since all there is to do in this place is play with cards. The light began to flicker. "We gotta go now," the 6'1" Brian said, busting through the door to Lily and Ace's shared room. "Grab your knife and the survival kits I made you." He kissed his daughter on the forehead, holding his gun in his hand. Brian was wearing his general's clothing, a standard military haircut, and sharp blue eyes. "Ryan, what's going on?" Lily said, flipping her long hair and putting the card she was holding down on the table. "They got inside. It's a code 189. He said, going to the door, looking out. Bob, over here." Bob is a guy my dad had met inside the base for the little time we were here. Bob is a 43-year-old athletic 5'10" guy with short, messy brown hair and soft brown eyes. My dad trusts him, so I trust him too. Bob came into the room, followed by a 45-year-old red-haired woman with bright green eyes, Marlene, his wife. Bob nodded at me. "Hey, Ace, Lily, I see you're still at it with the solitaire." Bob and Marlene were doomsday preparers before. They're more alive now than they've ever been. "Hey, General, we gotta get moving if we're going to get out," Bob said, turning towards my dad. They went down the hallway, the sound of groans coming from everywhere. Ryan handed Ace a gun as Bob led the way down the hallway. "Okay, just out that door, then it's a straight shot to the woods." Bob nodded as a zombie came around the corner. He killed it with his knife. "Here we go." More came around the corner as Ryan took out his gun and started shooting. Go for the door. I'll meet you there," he said, pushing them towards the door. Bob pushed the door open and started to run towards the woods. "Let's go," he said, looking back at the others. "Not without my dad," Ace said, turning towards the open door, holding the gun up, shooting one zombie who came out the door. "Go, baby girl," Ryan said, shooting at a swarm of zombies coming at him. Before Ace could move, she heard the screams. Her dad was being eaten before her eyes. "No, please," she said, barely above a whisper, almost falling to the ground as Bob grabbed her. "Ace, we have to keep moving," he said, lifting her over his shoulder. "Lily, over here, follow us." Lily ran towards them, killing 2 zombies on the way with her machete. They made their way into the woods for cover when Marlene collided with 2 people running. "Marlene, are you okay?" Bob said, putting Ace down and helping Marlene up. She got up, seeing a blonde-haired 25-year-old girl and a 16-year-old brown-haired boy with a typical boy's haircut on the ground. Then a 24-year-old man with an arm full of tattoos and short brown hair holding his daughter, ran around the tree behind them. "Oh my god, Brittany, Panther, Justin," Lily said, helping them up. "I'm so happy to see you." "You too, babe," Panther said, still holding on to Lily. "Alright, hormones," Justin said, pulling him from her. "Where are we going?" "Anywhere that's safe." Bob started walking deeper into the woods. Everyone followed on edge with their weapons raised. They reached a gas station to catch their breath and devise a plan. Bob looked through the glass window as 4 zombies that were following them passed by. Justin grabbed a water bottle out of one of the coolers at the back of the stores and gave it to his daughter. "So, home sweet home?" Bob came over to the exhausted group. "No, not home." "What are we going to do then? Keep marching through the woods?" Lily asked, taking her own water bottle. Bob smiled at Marlene. "Make our way to the cabin, of course." The group looked at each other confused. "We have a cabin in the woods that was made for this to happen." "So you guys knew the dead would rise?" Brittany said with a raised eyebrow. "Not exactly," Bob said. "We figured something like this would happen." "You know all those crazy doomsday nuts people would make fun of," Marlene said. "Well, you're looking at 2 of them." Bob wrapped his arm around his wife. "Well, that's a good thing," Panther chimed in, "right?" "Yes, kid, a great thing," Bob said. "Daddy, I'm tired." Justin's daughter was falling asleep in his lap. "This should be a good camp for the night. We'll move forward in the morning," Bob said. Justin and his daughter curled up together in a corner of the gas station, as Lily, Brittany, and Ace laid all together as if they were young girls at a sleepover. Ace awoke to the sound of Marlene and Bob talking about the cabin. Ace isn't a good sleeper, so she decided to get up. After removing Lily's restful arm from around her, she walked to the front of the gas station. "Oh, I'm sorry, Ace," Marlene said. "Did we wake you?" "No," she said. "I don't sleep well to begin with. What are you guys doing?" "Just watching over things," Bob said, looking out the window. "If you guys want to get some sleep, I can take over," Ace said, pulling her gun from her belt. "I'll take you up on that offer," Marlene said. "And Bob, you should too." "Can you even shoot, Ace?" Bob asked, not realizing he was being rude due to being sleep deprived. "Yes, I do actually," she said, looking at the gun that her dad's initials carved in the side. "My dad taught me." Bob was reassured, knowing how Ryan is. He wouldn't let her have a gun if she didn't know how to use it. They hugged Ace and went to the back of the gas station with the others who were sound asleep. Talking about her dad made her think back to the first day he taught her how.